Welcome to SidekicksDirect, your source for the latest news and interviews straight from the Dallas Sidekicks. Help us grow the channel by hitting the subscribe button and being the first to be notified of new content from the team. Now, here's your host, Scott Wegener.
Welcome into another edition of Sidekicks Direct. Today I am going to be joined by the forward, number 88, Freddy Moojen. But before that, put yourself in the boots of a soldier in the U.S. Army and take real steps towards becoming a leader while you make a real difference in the world around you. You'll gain leadership skills in one of more than 150 career fields. Find out if you qualify, take a step forward, and become a leader that can make a difference. See yourself in our boots at goarmy.com/D. FW. As I mentioned, we are joined today by Freddy Moojen, forward for the Dallas Sidekicks. Had a goal in the opening game for the Sidekicks against Kansas City. We'll get to that. But first off, Freddy, how are you, man?
Good, Scott. Thanks for having me. I'm good here in Dallas, enjoying the life.
I bet. So you live in Canada, correct?
Yes.
So is it what, like 2 degrees up there right now, or what's going on back home?
Yeah, it's about minus 150 right now over there.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, it's pretty cold. It's hard to be outside. And so here, even when it's cold, I love it. I go to the swimming pool sometimes by myself, but it's nice weather here in Dallas during the winter, so cannot complain.
You know, I saw on your Instagram, I'm glad you brought that up. I saw on your Instagram, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, you were hanging out by the pool, and I was like, what's the temperature outside? You know, it's kind of okay. It was like 65 degrees. I was like, what is this guy doing?
Man, I take it. 65 is better than 2, you know?
That's no. That's very true. That's very true. All right, man, let's get into it. So we had the first game of the season. I'm so excited. We finally get to talk about, I got joined by Juan Gamboa here last week. We talked about the Central Cup, but now we've got a real game under our belt. Sidekicks unfortunately end up falling in that one after taking a 3-0 lead. First impressions of the first game of the season.
Well, I think for any team, the first game is the toughest. So for us, it was no different. But I think we were well prepared, despite that we end up losing the game. We had some guys playing the game for the first time. I think 3 or 4 guys that never played the game. So they come and they have to play the first game ever, home opener against Kansas City, a team with a lot of experienced players. So if you really consider everything, I think we did well. There's a lot of positives. Of course, we made some, let's say, some mistakes defensively, and we could have scored many more goals. We missed a lot of chances. But guess what? That's going to happen every game. Mm-hmm. We have to find a way to win games, even if you make a few mistakes, and even if we cannot score in every chance we have. So we're going to keep working, trying to get wins, especially this Saturday at home. That's going to be really important.
Yeah, we're excited for the matchup with the Ambush. Since you mentioned that, let's segue into that really quickly. So you guys took on St. Louis in the Central Cup. It was a 5-3 victory over St. Louis. Again, another game in which you guys took a 3-0 lead early in that one and then held on in the end. So you guys have played them in the Central Cup. They're coming off 2 losses over at Florida. What do you expect this Saturday at the Allen Event Center from St. Louis, and what do you expect from you guys as well?
Yes, I expect a tough game. If you really look at St. Louis roster, they have a lot of very good players that have been in the league for a long time. They have a great coach that was a very good player and has so much experience in the indoor game. And they lost 2 games against Florida. I watched the second game. It was a very close game. Could have gone either way. They missed so many goals, St. Louis. So sometimes we look, okay, they lost 2 games, but they could have won 1 game easily. And the game we played against them there in the Central Cup, yes, we beat them. We capitalized in our chances. We played well defensively, but it was still a tough game. So anything can happen this Saturday. Of course, we want to get the win. We want to be organized defensively. We want to score our chances. And, of course, we want to put a good show for the crowd that's going to be there to support us.
Yeah, we're really excited about Saturday's games. So for those of you that don't know, if you're catching this, so we're going to be releasing this Friday morning. It's going to be Maradona night. over at the Allen Event Center, and you got to be in our hype video yesterday with kind of revealing the new jerseys. First off, without giving any spoilers, what do you think of the specialty kits for that night?
Wow, so nice. The jerseys look really, really nice. You guys did a good job making those jerseys with the Sidekicks colors, but Maradona style, Argentina style jersey. They dress well, they feel good. It's going to look really nice. And if I'm not mistaken, the fans are going to have a chance to get those jerseys, to bid on those jerseys. So make sure you put a bid in to help and get the jersey. I think it's going to go to a foundation or something like that. So, of course, it's an important cause, but the jerseys look really nice.
Yeah, so that was all our graphic designer in house. His name is Freddy. He's a young kid, and he's designed the Sidekicks jerseys the past couple of years, and he does a fantastic job. And when he showed us that in the jerseys in the office, I was blown away. I knew it was going to look good because he always does such good work. But when I saw this one, I was blown away. So we're really excited, and be sure to check out the Sidekicks Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts, and you'll be able to see Freddy, Lipe, and Julio doing that jersey reveal, which is really exciting. So I want to talk Maradona night. I popped over to the Allen Event Center yesterday while you guys were filming the video, and we were talking a little bit about Lipe's goal on the power play. He had the left-footed shot, and I watched the video over of that goal, and I saw that you tried to do a little bit of hand of God action over there. What were you thinking, man?
Yes, man, I was thinking about Maradona, to be honest. No, but as a target, you're in the far post. Sometimes the shots, they come so fast. Like Lipe had an amazing shot, but you're there and you just try to touch the ball to make sure the ball goes inside the goal. Sometimes you don't know if the ball is going inside, it's not. And if you really look at the video after, I look up to see where is the ball, did it go in or not? So I was trying to put the ball in however I could. I didn't try to put my head or something, but I'm glad the ball was already inside, and it was an amazing goal by Lipe.
It was funny. So for those of you watching on YouTube, you kind of put your hand up by your head, like almost to protect yourself.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I was like, oh, he's trying to do the Maradona and just kind of like punch it in, because it was kind of high. I mean, he went upper 90. He upper shelved that. It was an incredible goal. So you mentioned finishing on that back post. I want to move back to last season. You led the Sidekicks in goals. I'm looking at the stats right now. You had 21 goals last year in 19 games. You ended up with 4 assists and 21 goals on 50 shots on goal, which is really impressive quality shot taking. And it's something that you've done throughout your entire career. How have you been able to find the back of the net so often at such a high rate?
Yeah, so I'm a target, as you know, and most people watching may know as well. I try to position myself, put myself in places where I'm going to be able to put the ball in the back of the net. I'm not the type of player like Lipe, like other players in the league that like to dribble, take 1v1 and take shots. That maybe that's going to give them a lot of more shots than goals, because they do that often. So my main goal is to put myself in the right positions to score. And when I have a chance to turn and shoot and try to place the ball at the right place, that's my strength. And that's the reason that I'm able to score goals and not miss so many shots. Of course, some games, you're not going to score every ball you get. But as one coach used to tell me when I was really young, is that if you're a striker and you're missing goals, guess what? That's better than not missing any goals. So at least you're the right place at the right time trying to score. And you're never going to be able to put every ball inside of the net. If you can do that, then I wouldn't be here. I would be playing in a different league. So that's part of the game.
So you had mentioned, getting yourself into creative spaces and finding ways to put the ball in the back of the net that aren't, one-on-one situations or taking guys on and firing a shot. Has some of that come with all of the experience that you have? I'm trying to have a polite way of saying you're a little bit on the older side of the MASL. And you've been playing in this league for a long time. And have you seen, as you've gotten older, that you're able to kind of feel where the ball is going to be, and that's how you put yourself in such advantageous situations?
Yes, definitely. It helps a lot. I think this is my 13th or 14th season. and I'm 37 years old. Then I remember I tell the younger guys sometimes, like my first game, second game, third game in the league, I was completely lost. You don't know when you go to far post, when you have to do what. So you're just there trying to figure things out. And of course, over the years, you learn when is the best time to press, when is the best time to sub, when is the best time to go to the far post or to try to turn. So definitely, as you get older, thankfully the experience helps you to run less and be more productive. And I think that happens in every league, right? Even outdoor players, when they're a little older, more experienced, they learn how to save their legs a little bit in order to help the team in different ways other than just running.
So let's transition. You talked about this being your 13th or 14th season, and you said your first couple of games, you kind of had no idea what you were doing. So we actually had that with the sidekicks at your position, where you have all this experience, all the experience in the world. And then we've got a rookie coming in, Scott Dohne, a very big target. What did you think of his first game, playing a very similar style, I think, to what you are playing as well?
Yeah, I think it was a great game. We don't expect him to do great things just off the bat, just like I didn't expect me to do it. And it's really hard to expect great things from players just starting in the league. But he did well. He defended. He tried to score goals. He tried to post up. And Scott is a good addition for us. And with more games under his belt, I'm sure that he's going to start getting more comfortable and helping us even more during the games. And he's a guy that's there every day during the week.
All right, are you still there? You froze out there for a minute.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yep, now I got you good again. Yeah, so Scott Dohne, you were saying he's there. He likes to learn. He likes to listen. That's one of the things that I know in talking to Jesse and Coach Simone about him a little bit, that they kind of say the same things. I want to move to the other forward that was on the in with you here in the home opener, Felipe De Souza. He had a very up and down rookie season last year, which I know you were obviously a part of because you were playing with the Sidekicks last year. I think he's looked much better this season in the Central Cup, and even I know he only played about a quarter in the first game, but he had a couple goals. Do you think Felipe is kind of starting to figure out the indoor game a little bit more here?
Yes, for sure. He's I think his second year. He played more. He knows the mistakes that he made. You learn with your mistakes. He's a guy also that likes to listen. He's a nice guy and likes to play for the team as well. He scores goals. He scored I think 3 goals in the home opener, but it's not a selfish guy. He likes to defend. He likes to do the right things, and yes, he's been playing well. That's really good for us. It's always good when we have teammates playing well and scoring goals. And again, if Felipe can keep doing the right things throughout the entire season, I think he's going to be able to help us a lot scoring goals and also playing well defensively as a target.
So speaking of scoring goals, you got your first one of the year in game 1. So I know you said you don't like taking guys one-on-one and you don't like to run a whole lot, but that goal was you running a whole lot, taking a guy one-on-one and finding the back post. Walk me through the goal process on that one and kind of what's going through your head as you're streaking down that right sideline.
Yes. So just going back to what you said, yes, I don't do that often, but a few times during the game, you have some energy to do it, but I can't do it one after another. I'm not going to be able to finish the game. But yes, I got the ball. The ball came to me, and I knew there was a defender to my left. And I tried to take the ball as far as I could and as wide as I could to try to move the goalkeeper a little bit to the near post so I could take a shot on the far post. I'm glad the ball went in. I'm glad we got that goal. It was an important goal for us. I think it was 5-4 at the time. And it gave us a good momentum. But again, it didn't, we didn't win the game. But it's always good to get your first goal in the first game. It gives you confidence regardless of your age or how many years you've been playing. As a goal scorer, the more you score, the better you feel.
Yeah, right. I feel you on that one, man. So moving away from soccer here momentarily, you're one of my favorite people to follow on Instagram, and you can follow Freddy on Instagram at Fred Moojen. You've always got some weird stuff on there, whether it's your your pretty healthy meals that you eat. It's a lot of chicken and broccoli on there.
Yeah.
I see. And or going to Below Zero Cryo, our good friends over there. And some of the stuff I like in the off season even more. It's you with your son and the family and like doing soccer stuff with him and goofing around by the pool and doing different things. So for people that don't know, Freddy lives in Canada in the off season and then comes down here and trains and plays with the Sidekicks during the regular season. So what's it like being away from your family and kind of mostly chatting, via whether it's Instagram DMs or phone calls, FaceTimes, things like that? How challenging is it for you to be away from them for such an extended period?
Yeah, that's tough. Last year they came for a month or so. They stay with me. And this year, because of the COVID, they cannot come, stuff. My son, now he's 5 years old. He's going to school. He cannot miss school to be here. And again, because of the COVID, the travel is a little complicated. And when we go back to Canada, we have to quarantine for 14 days. I went to see them now for Christmas and New Year's, but now I'm here alone. It's not easy. But, as a soccer player, you have a career, is limited. Eventually it's going to finish. And I'm trying to take advantage of the last few years that I want to play, that I have left to play at a good level. And they understand it's not easy, but that's my job, that's my life, and they support me. And when I'm back home, most of the time I'm with my son. I have two companies there. I have a prep school in Montreal, a soccer school where kids go to school and they play soccer, and we try to place them in universities. And so when I'm there, I take care of that. I coach a little bit. But most of my day, I'm enjoying time with my son in the swimming pool, bringing him to soccer training and tennis and all of that, So it's good.
So I want to get back to your Instagram because that's what started all this. Oh, we got a showing from Lipe in the background. Very cool. Very cool. So I want to talk to you about your Instagram. So you, man, first off, how much time do you spend on Instagram and on a given day?
More than I should, I think. But let me tell you something, Scott. Instagram, yes, I post a lot of personal stuff, but I need to be there. Like I mentioned before, because of the companies, because, we play professional soccer, even though we are different level than, those big guys, but you still have to do some kind of marketing and try to kind of sell yourself a little bit out there, So I use that a lot for that. And, but of course, I have to stop posting about my broccoli and my chicken, I think.
So that was going to lead me to another question. Obviously, you mentioned you're a little bit older than most of the guys that are in the league. Have you always taken care of yourself as you do now? Like you're a furious workout warrior. I know you eat really well. You're always in shape. Have you always been that way? Or as you've gotten older, have you kind of transitioned into, all right, now I've really got to start taking care of my body even more?
Yes, no, I always been that way because I'm from Brazil and I used to play for youth clubs, big clubs in Brazil. We always had a nutritionist and all that staff supporting us and teaching us how to be a pro, even before you became a pro. So I carried that throughout my life, and I like to work out. I like to go to the gym. I think it helps to prevent injuries. As you mentioned before, I like to do the recovery side of sports. You train hard, but you have to recover as well. I'm glad the Sidekicks, you have below freeze cryo. We can go to the cryo sauna. We can do the Normatec boots. And for everybody around Dallas that's listening, for sure, if you're an athlete, you have to train hard, just like your coaches tell you. You have to go to the gym, but you have to take time to take care of your body and eat well. So if you have the chance to find a place like below freeze cryo and go, do that. That's going to help you in the long run, no doubt.
Very cool. Yeah, we love them, man. I've done it before. It is very cold when you get in the cryo chamber. So all right, man, I want to wrap things up for us here real quickly. Game coming up Saturday. It's Maradona night. Any chance we can get you to do the Maradona, the warm up that he does with the juggling on the thighs and the hands that are swinging back and forth and the untied shoes? Can we see that from Freddy this weekend?
Yeah, man, I can try that. If I can be 1% of what Maradona was, I'll be happy,
Listen, man, if any of us could be 1% of Maradona, I think we'd all be very happy soccer players. So,
Yeah.
all right, Freddie. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to come on here on Sidekicks Direct and joining us. And it's always fun to talk to you, man. It's been great, getting to know you here the past couple of years. And we've been at a number of events together. And just so you guys know, Freddie is just so down to earth. He's so cool. He's great when we would go to these soccer tournaments last year pre-COVID. You had so much fun, playing with the kids and juggling a soccer ball and goofing around and making jokes. And I know that the Sidekicks Nation has great love for you, man, and we appreciate you coming on here and hanging out for a few minutes.
Thanks, Scott. I say the same thing about you. Appreciate everything you do for the team, for the Sidekicks, how nice you've been to me. And all the Dallas fans, thank you very much for supporting the club. Sometimes we go to the grocery store, different places in Dallas, and you guys recognize us. You come say hi to us. That's very important for every player. And we appreciate your support, and hopefully to see you guys this weekend at the Allen Event Center for the game.
You know what? One of my favorite things, I was walking through Costco one day and somebody came up to me and I was wearing, I pretty much wear Sidekick stuff most of the time. And they go, "Oh my God, the Sidekicks. I love the Sidekicks. Are they back? They play still, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Yeah, come on out." And they ended up becoming a season ticket holder. I gave them my contact info and they've been out at every game. So I appreciate you, man. For those of you listening, please hit that follow, that subscribe button, rate and review, give us a 5-star rating, leave some nice comments in there. Tell the comment section how beautiful Freddy is with his nice haircut and his cool looking beard. And for those of you on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button as well. We greatly appreciate it. Freddy, man, I will see you on Saturday afternoon, and we'll look forward to hopefully getting a W against St. Louis.
Sounds good. Thanks, Scott. Have a good day.
You too.